It is a freezing cold day. Coldest day of the year. And what am I doing? I'm going fishing. You know what cold means though? Bung flies. We're at Drumtassie Trout Fishery in central Scotland. And I think we're fishing the bung to start off with. We've got an indicator. And we're going to have two flies. One at about 3 feet, one at 6 feet. Going to go with an egg and a worm. We'll see how we get on in the cold. Starting on this peg here, we've got a decent bit of ground here. So on this first peg, we started off at the head of the wind. So it's the only bit in the water that basically has some ripple on it, which is what I quite like for the bung. It gives you some movement. And here I'm starting off super close to the peg. So any still water like this, I like starting off right next to the peg and then working my way out slowly. There's normally some fish sitting cruising right next to the bank or right next to the peg. So just working out with small roll casts, small tiny casts. See if we can lure one of those early doors fish that haven't yet seen many flies. The fishery wasn't actually too busy, so it's not like the fish were getting absolutely hammered, which is always good because generally means fishing is going to be better. But yeah, it was perfect weather for it, apart from the fact that it was freezing cold. Should have been a hand warmer day, not gonna lie. I'll have hand warmers in for the rest of the winter season. But yeah, we'll skip forward to when it got a wee bit better as we start working our way out. This is where I've started working out a wee bit more in the middle of the water in front of me on this peg. So like also I like imagining any peg like a wee clock. Like you've got all the way from your left hand side to the right hand side of fish and water. And right now I'm just fishing right out in front of me. There's actually quite a lot of fish moving in the middle of this like kind of, you've got the island to the left. Oh, I just missed a fish there. So you've had like you can see some fish moving there in the middle of the water, but in line with this island, like kind of a half a float out. There's quite a few fish moving, so I stuck the bung in amongst them, and then got a take there on the deepest fly. So this is at like 6 feet deep. Pretty deep actually, considering that this is like the first day of proper cold we've had. To be right down at 6 feet initially is not normally a great sign for the day, because if the fish were to go any deeper, then they normally don't want to be playing ball. But yeah, first fish in the net, easy peasy. After that first peg, fished a couple of pegs down for a while, like a good half hour, and never actually had anything else other than that first fish. The rain came on really heavy, as you can see, and this is it, just kind of lightened off a wee bit so I could get the phone back out. Yeah, so I came over to this side and started fishing the bung. Close in again, so starting a few wee casts. I had actually tried pulling at this point, but nothing, absolutely nothing on anything other than the bung. So I stuck the bung back on, took the egg off in the middle because I felt like the fish were being a little bit spooky, easily spooked by too much bright. So just kept that pink small worm on the bottom, and then a buzzer in the middle. So hopefully get a little bit more luck on this side. We'll have a look, see. Oh, there's a fish just taking the bung straight away.
Like, the bung was doing this for like 5 minutes.
Apparently the bung was doing that for like 5 minutes. This was a decent fish on this side though.
The fish in this pond are better than the ones in that one's fished a lot more heavily, so in here they're less jag. No, no. Okay.
It's a nice one, by the way.
That is a decent fish, yeah.
I remember I was here last time when I caught a big massive brownie.
A brownie?
A big massive one.
Oh, nice.
I think I've got 4 or so. Because there's a sewage pipe from there into there, which fish.
Is that what that is? That like inflow bit? I did wonder that. Because I started fishing in that a bit. That was like my first peg today. And oh, nice. That was in this spot, yeah? Where'd you get that on?
There's a wee nymph,
Nice.
my pal, and Mason. And a pop. Just that.
That's what's mostly on my channel, is Tiny Boy. Oh, sick. Nice. No, I had a bunch of... I was up on... Sometimes I'll come up like just before it gets dark for like an hour after work. And I had like 12 in an hour and a half over there. On this, that weekend. Like, oh shit.
Oh, there's another one. Jesus.
I'll get you one of these if you want. These are...
Most of them are working quite well, by the way.
Yeah, they're... I mean, this bit's been the best so far. Like, that was fun.
There's a pal. What is it? I was up here with my pal. He kept catching. I was just looking at him like that.
Sometimes it's just luck. Like that fish that that fish that I just netted right now. That was just jamming. That would be nice to see.
I would have sat there and said it was luck. Skill. Position. But yeah, I'll give you one of them.
Met a lovely young lad when I was out fishing today. That's the guy that I'm chatting to in this clip. He was just fishing next to me, a guy called Brian. He's just gotten into fly fishing, and I thought I'd help him out. And this is the fly that I was catching on. So he didn't have one, this kind of egg worm, and I thought I'd give him one, see if he could get a chance at catching his own fish. Lovely young guy, was really interested, stood next to me, was helping me out with taking a few photos as well. So shout out Brian.
Because it's
try going
mostly
pike.
like a summer fish, are they not?
Mm-hmm.
For when you're fishing for them.
Well, summer, autumn and spring. That's where I go fishing, but I usually fish for pike.
Oh, nice. Well, like spinning.
Spinning, yeah. I've got, what is it, my pal's got one of them bait casters. They're
Oh, aye. Yeah.
hating on me.
Did you ever go fishing for pike on the lake?
And we're back in it again. Moved down the bank a wee bit, still fishing the bung, but just working our way up and down this shoreline. There's just fish cruising in the bank that, again, like 5 feet, 5 to like 12 feet off the bank was just the hot spot this whole day. Not casting anywhere. Amazing. Love this fishery. Drumtassie. Central Scotland. Get yourselves to the Drumtassie. One really nice thing about Drumtassie is that it actually has a good head of different types of rainbow trout. So they've got quite a few golden trout in here, which are pretty rare to catch elsewhere. I've had 3 golden trout now from Drumtassie, which is it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. There's some nice fish actually. They've got a good head of blue trout, which are like the chocolate lab of rainbow trout because they just never stop fighting. They're like wee rugby balls. Really nice fighting rainbows, and then some good brown trout as well. So they've got a good variety of fish. And shout out this next fish. This was my golden fish of the day, and for my golden boy, shout out Chazaji. This fish is for you.
The golden trout. You ever seen one of these? Yeah, on you go. Is that right? That's such a cracking fish. Yeah. That's the best golden I've ever had.
After all that hilarity and excitement from catching that golden trout, went for a wee cup of tea because it was just too exciting. Then came back and it was just as good fishing. So I've just missed a fish there. And literally every single cast, the flies were getting played with, and you were getting a couple of knocks. So the bung was bobbing up and down as the fish were trying to eat the legs of the worm, and then, as you can see, just throwing it right out next to the reed beds. Got another fish on. It's just so good. This fishery is fantastic. There's no messing around with trying to cast just miles out into the middle of the pond. It's more trying to figure out what the fish are feeding on. Because it was by no means an easy day's fishing, really. There was quite a lot of people that were struggling, and everyone that came up and asked me what fly I was using was trying to show them and gave a few out.
It's a better fish.
So it's just really about working out what's working.
Yeah, it's a better, much better fish. Oh, he's pretty decent. Oh, he was just hard fishing too, because he's not even that big.
That's a rainbow, no?
Yeah, that's a rainbow. Yeah. He's actually like one of the smallest, but such a hard fighting fish. Have you not had any takes down there? No. That's how deep I am, just for reference.
Yeah, that's how deep along, I know.
Like just like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got it from.
That's pretty
Wrong.
much the same, yeah. That's weird. Mine just lost its colour a wee bit. Maybe it's because this is a wee bit more white than the pure mint colour. Here, try another colour.
Aye, I've got this one. I'll try that and see if that works.
Might as well, yeah. That was mad. I just flicked it back in the water. It's another rainbow, is that so?
Like one?
It's a good fish, yeah.
Shortly after this, unfortunately, my phone camera ran out of battery. But it continued like this for another hour or so before it just started to get dark. And yeah, it's fantastic. Drumtassie fishery, amazing. Such good fun. With the bung, egg worm. Get yourselves up there. Your granny could catch fish here. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Like and subscribe. More where that come from. More winter fishing. See you guys soon.